Mount Body. My name is Caitlin Goldsmith, and you're on Kate Time. Today we have a very interesting segment for you. We're actually going to be interviewing Mr. Bob Schumann, one of the Mount's favorite English professors. Thank you, Bob, for coming in today.
Thanks for having me,
No
Caitlin.
problem. How does it feel to be on TV?
It's exciting. I should say it's exciting.
Is this your first time ever being on a talk show like this?
You know, first time on a talk show. When I was a kid, I was on a children's show in Philadelphia, so I can say that, but it was years ago, so.
So you're a pro now, almost.
Right, now I'm a pro.
So how long have you been working at the Mount?
I've been working here 6 years, 7 years.
Wow, okay. And how long have you been an English teacher for?
I've done the English all of that time.
All that time.
I've taught at other schools too.
Okay, where
in the
have you
past.
taught?
At NYU I've taught,
Wow.
and at Fordham I've taught in the past.
Okay, so you pretty much stayed like localized in the New York metropolitan area.
Right. I also went into publishing, which was a, kind of a different segment of my life.
Wow, okay. So you've only taught English, you said. So what types of English classes have you taken? Because I know here at the Mount we offer a writing course, we offer different literature classes, your regular core classes. So what exactly do you teach? What courses?
Well, I do the core. I do 110 and 120, usually with the freshmen coming in. And then I sometimes do 320, which is world literature.
Okay.
And I've also done study skills in the past. You know, Dr. Skelly, I once subbed for him.
Yeah.
So
Oh, wow, so
It was
a
nice
little
enough
wartime
down
there. Now, was this your original plan to always be an English professor and change students' lives, or did you have another original career that you possibly wanted to go into but just decided to be an English professor instead?
Well, when I was little, I used to, while we were also playing football or whatever we were doing,
Yeah.
we would also play school. So I can remember doing that and being the teacher. So I guess it goes pretty far back. As I said, that is not, after I got out of graduate school, really what I went into was publishing.
Oh, okay. So you said that you used to work at Fordham and NYU. Did
Right.
you do any publishing there? Like, did you work on your publishing as you were a teacher?
I went to NYU for graduate school, and I went to be a playwright. So I took drama courses and learned dramatic theory. It was a terrific experience. Then when I got out, that's when I went into the publishing. So I was also an adjunct at NYU, so that's when I was doing teaching there.
Oh, okay. Do you think that being a teacher is more gratifying than being a publisher, or do you view them as being equally the same?
Well, you get different things out of each. It's fabulous to have the experience with students. I mean, it's true. Whatever you hear when a teacher is telling you, oh, the students give me so much, it really is true.
Yeah.
You feel it.
Yeah.
So that part about teaching is fantastic, and also the college environment, the reading, the talking about ideas is fabulous.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, how do you feel about being at the Mount? Like all other schools that you've worked at, how does this feel to you?
Love it. Absolutely love it. It's a terrific school. The student body is fabulous. As you know, it looks terrific, when you're coming down and, coming into it all. So I'm a big supporter of Mount St. Vincent.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to hear more of Bob's favorite stories.
Well, you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. Only know you love her when you let her go. And you let her go.
and welcome back to Kate Time. We're here with Bob Schumann, the Mount's favorite English professor, and he's been teaching us a little bit about his career, and he's going to be now teaching us a little bit about some fine literature. So you had said that you teach the course World Lit.
Yes, I do.
Now, being a student that has taken it, some of those stories can get a little bit confusing, especially the names. We have Beowulf, Odysseus, Gilgamesh, and Dante's Inferno. Do you have any favorites out of those?
Well, love Gilgamesh, Dante's Inferno, all of them, all terrific, fabulous works.
Do you have any feedback from students which one they've liked learning and reading?
I get a lot of Dante's. They like Inferno.
Dante's.
I get a lot of good feedback on that, absolutely.
So for those who don't know, who haven't taken the World Lit class yet, can you explain to us a little bit about what Dante's Inferno is?
Well, Dante's Inferno is about going into hell and seeing the different aspects and parts of hell as Dante goes, and Virgil is his guide as they go deeper into it. Ultimately, they come out on the other side and they get to heaven, or at least Dante does. So Virgil can't because he's stuck in hell because he was born before Christianity. So he must, stay there. He's stationed there. But he's in a part of hell that's a little nicer than the rest. So it's about going through the different circles of hell.
Do you think that growing up and becoming your own person and being in college, that this story can directly help, not children, but us college students relate? Do you think that going through trials and tribulations, that it almost gives you a sense of that things keep going on and like you can get through things, or?
That's very interesting. I do think that you can look at it that way. It's interesting because there is the good student response from the story. So I think that could, absolutely have something to do with it.
Yeah.
It's about, Virgil and Dante. Dante's in his 50s, so he's a little older than, most students at that point. But he is, going through a life change, and I think students are going through life changes, and we deal with, enormous problems. Also, your generation came through 9/11, and that's as hellish as you can get. So I think your generation might be able to relate to it a little in that regard.
Yes, most definitely. Do you think there's any stories that college students did not enjoy learning, or that they had mentioned to you, or been like, oh, this stinks, like why do we have to do this?
Well, I think it's, as you go into the course, you may be a little bit like, whoa, this is a lot of reading. You're going to be reading the Aeneid, and you're going to be reading, the Odyssey, parts of the Odyssey. So once you get past the great sagas and epics at the beginning, I think it becomes a little easier. But if you can get into those first things, they're terrific.
Yeah. Do you have students write any papers or make up their own stories per se for World Lit?
Well, yes to both. They do papers that are more academic papers. Usually we do a paper on Borges, the South American writer. But we also they write scenes and little stories to reenact certain parts of the works that they're studying. So that can be fun, and it's terrific to watch.
Yeah, you see students grow as they come in from the first day of World Lit to the last day. Has there been any student in particular that has drastically made a difference in your life as being a teacher?
Well, I love Paul McGovern. Paul McGovern's one of my favorite people on campus, and he was so enthusiastic in that class, and he worked so hard, so I'm a big fan of his.
Oh, that's so sweet. We love you, Paul.
Right.
Now, what is your favorite story?
What is my favorite story?
I want author, I want the name, I want all details. I want a little bit of explanation of it, too.
Well, I love Cervantes,
Okay.
And Don Quixote. It's just fabulous. It's so long, I have to admit that I haven't read everything in Don Quixote because it's 2 books. But it's just so much fun, and these adventures, and he's a little bit crazy, and it's in Spain, and they're traveling around, and It's just fabulous. I love the work. I picked it up this summer again, was reading a lot of
Ah,
it.
so maybe you'll actually get through all the little parts.
Yeah,
We'll have
I'm
to have
gonna-
you come in. And
Well, see, this is the thing. I'm at the stage of my life where I really want to read, you know, all what I feel I'm missing, you
Yeah.
know? So I'm doing a lot of that.
Are there any other stories that you'd like to share that have captured, like, maybe, you know what, let's say one of the most thrilling classes you've ever had as far as students-wise?
Well, I love the 320s. You know, it's a fabulous class. I love them all. It's really hard to pick one, but just all of them, there's a wonderful enthusiasm. I love the freshmen coming in too, I have to say, you know, because it's new to them and getting, you know, kind of dealing with school and what's this about. And they were telling me yesterday, actually, that the most important thing is to get the help you need and to not procrastinate. This was the wisdom of the freshman class, and I thought it really was good.
Wow.
I'll try to do
Aw. Well, Bob, it's been awesome having you here today. Well, you know, we'll have to have you back for the Don Quixote book. But I love you all. Thank you for watching, and thank you again, Bob, for being here.
it. Thanks,
Bye.
Caitlin.
So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen. I'd like to stay and taste my first champagne. Yes?
No. So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, goodbye. I leave and heave a sigh and say goodbye. Goodbye.